Yo. Yo.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Destin, Florida for the 2006 OSS, OPA, and Pacific Offshore World Cup. The Merrick World Cup, brought to you by Bud Select as well as AJ's Oyster Bar. There you can see the national championship winner in the cat outboard class. That is Team Mojo. Grant Bruggerman, the throttleman, Stan Prokosky, the owner and driver. Naughty Goose Saloon sponsored the Team Mojo. Dominant boat in cat outboard all season long, winning a majority of the races. These guys, very well prepared team with crew chief Troy Tremelin. There you see the crew from Syntron Liquid Energy, number 21, preparing their boat to do battle in the cat extreme class. Working on the Mercury number 6 Speedmaster drives there. You can see the Stotler racing engines in the boat. Mikasuki Indian Gaming showing up in Destin with a brand new tow rig, toter home support vehicle. The new Outer Limits ran very strong early on at the last race. There is Team Speed Racer in the Cat Light class. These guys also led early on in Vegas and are prepared to come here to Destin to do well in the Cat Light class. Randy Kent and Reggie Fountain III. There's Bad Boy Powerboats. Tony Pacheco, the owner of this Super V number 121. Will Ross is the driver. Larry Fontecha is the throttle man. 38-foot bad boy. This boat is for sale, proven to be very fast all season long. Rigged by Kurtz Marine, powered by Mercury Racing. These guys building a new boat to campaign in the Super V class next season. Another bad boy, but this particular hull is for sale. There is Drive Insurance by Progressive / Aerospeed Marine. Mike Pierce is the throttle man. Corey Chantry is the owner and driver. 30-foot Phantom Mercury powered with a Mercury Bravo drive. There is Team Fury. Jerry Sorrentino, the driver of Team Fury. Ray Delaney, the owner and throttle man of this 38-foot Phantom Super V. Powered by a pair of Mercury 525 inboards. IMCO drives on the back of that boat. Took wins this season in Fort Myers as well as Las Vegas. Number 388, that's Professional Marine Racing. It's a 38-foot skater racing in the Cat Light category. There you see the Mercury number 6 Speedmaster drive that are paired to the Mercury 525 horsepower EFI inboards. Ray Contreras from New Jersey is the owner and driver. Alvin Heathman is the throttle man. Local sponsor there was Black Pearl Restaurant from Fort Walton Beach. Wild Ride is your runner-up in the V-Light category. Right beside them is the Super Cat team of Warpaint from New Jersey. There's a couple of the Vicious Custom Cycles there on display in the Wild Ride camp. There's Wild Ride, a 29-foot Extreme. There's Team Warpaint, 38-foot Apache Cat. Mercury number 6 drives with Bandit racing engines. Bob Vesper is the owner and driver. Ron Roman will be the throttle man this week. There's a surprise entry here at the OSS World Championship races. Bob Bull and Mitch Miller make an appearance with their CMS Mechanical Services Company Super Cat. AMF Offshore Racing always in attendance with the OSS. There's their P113, world's fastest sport yacht, 51-foot turbine powered Outer Limits. There you see Miss Geico, the winner from the PX class in the OPA race, number 113. Miss Geico AMF MTI. AMF just recently added the Geico insurance sponsorship to their program. Look forward to big things with Geico being involved with AMF Offshore Racing. Scott Begovich and Mark Granite pilot the Miss Geico. There's the 426 AMF offshoreonly.com auction boat. Right beside that, the 365 has still got it. There's Team Lavycraft AMF, the V-Light entry. Going down now. This will be the Cat Outboard race along with the V-Lights. The first start here is the Cat Outboard. It's definitely a little bumpier than some of these teams expected here. From outside in, there's Ringelberg Double Edge Motorsports, Hog's Breath, Team Mappe, Mojo, and Bermuda Barracuda all the way on the outside. Ringelberg, a 30-foot skater, Hog's Breath, a 32-foot Doug Wright, as well as Mappe, another Doug Wright, as is Mojo and Barracuda. 4 Doug Wright 32s and 1 30-foot skater. John Talley and Ryan Beckley aboard Double Edge Ringelberg. Paul DePoo and Lee Murray in Hog's Breath. Paul Whittier and Gary Ballou in Mapei. Grant Bruggeman and Stan Perkowski in Naughty Goose Saloon's Mojo. Chris Marshall and Dennis Berry in Bermuda Barracuda. These 30 and 32-foot cats making the corner at the east end of the course right now. Just getting ready to come on down Destin Beach for the green flag. First day of racing for these guys at the OSS 2006 Merrick World Cup Championship, brought to you by Budweiser Select and AJ's Oyster Bar. Ringelberg Exotic Autos from Grand Haven, Michigan and Marco Island, Florida sponsors aboard the 111 Double Edge Motorsports. Team Hog's Breath from Key West, Mapei from Boca Raton, Mojo from Maryland, and Illinois and Bermuda-based Bermuda Barracuda. There you can see these guys got a quick green flag jumping out a little bit early right now. Ringelberg Auto Group, Double Edge Motorsports out front, Hog's Breath beside them, Mapei and Mojo quickly moving out ahead of Bermuda Barracuda. These boats quickly hitting a couple little bumps, a little unexpected here. Some of these teams thought it was flatter. Hog's Breath moving out, Mojo to the front right now, just ahead of Mapei. There you can see Mojo taking a few flyers right there. Mapei going right back by them as Mojo running a little loose at this point. Mapei and Hog's Breath. Hog's Breath with the smooth line on the inside right now, pulling away from the other three boats. Bermuda Barracuda beach side is Double Edge Motorsports Ringelberg quickly drops back in these bumpy conditions. Right now, Hog's Breath and Mapei to the front of the pack in cat outboard. Hog's Breath with the inside line, 222 going for the first turn. Paul DePoo Jr. from Key West, Florida at the wheel. Lee Murray on the throttles. Both these guys all the way up from Key West. Ran very strong all season long. Took the win early on in very rough waters in Puerto Rico, so this rough water suits this team. Mapei with the lead now. Hog's Breath, Mojo, Bermuda Barracuda giving chase. Double Edge Ringelberg quickly dropped back at the start of the race. It looks glassy, but there's a big swell and it's just a little bit bumpy for these guys. Everybody picked different setups at this point. It looks like Mapei has the setup to beat right now. Going into turn one, Mapei with Hog's Breath right behind. See Mojo, Naughty Goose Saloon's Mojo back in third place at this point. Rounding turn two, Hog's Breath trying to get inside of Mapei. Lee Murray pushing the throttles forward on the Hog's Breath, trying to get the lead away from Paul Whittier and Gary Ballou in Team Mapei. Rounding turn three now, Mapei with the advantage, heading towards the right-hand corner. We'll put them on the inside of the next corner. Hog's Breath definitely flying the boat. Lee Murray holding it down as Paul DePoo pilots the boat along, trying to make up some ground on Mapei. Paul Whittier and Gary Ballou pulling away at this point as Hog's Breath dropping back just a little bit. Team Hog's Breath, a 32-foot Doug Wright, rigged by Grant's Custom Marine, powered by a pair of Mercury 2.5-liter outboards. Sponsors include Marine Bank, Beach Break Key West, Nile Sales and Service, Island City Flying Service, Murray Marine. As they give chase to Team Mapei, number 19 coming off a big win in Las Vegas at the National Championship. Paul Whittier at the wheel and Gary Ballou on the throttles. Team Mapei, based out of Boca Raton, Florida. Mapei is a grout and adhesive manufacturer. Next time you're at the hardware store, if you're in the tile aisle, you'll definitely see a lot of Mapei products. TNT Custom Marine and Champion Motors, a sponsor aboard Map-A, as is Max's Grill and DomaniMotors.com. Gary Ballou, owner and throttleman at Team Map-A, long known for his rough water dominance, showing his knowledge of setup here today, jumping out to a quick early lead here in Destin, Florida at the 2006 World Championships race. This team very well prepared, working away to a big lead early on here in Destin. They're preparing to go overseas to race in the UIM Class 3 Middle East Series. The boat will be shipped over there next week as soon as this race is over, and they'll contest that series in early 2007 before coming back to race OSS later in the year. Team Map-A not missing a beat. Gary Ballou and Paul Whittier. Looking out the back of our Provine helicopter, pilot Coit Bailey doing a great job helping us capture all this action for you. As you can see, Map-A pulled out a big lead over Team Hog's Breath. Lee Murray and Paul DePue trying to catch up at this point, but running a strong second place. Behind them, Bermuda Barracuda, Team Mojo, and Double Edge Ringelberg, third through fifth in the Cat Outboard class. There you see Bermuda Barracuda and Team Mojo running side by side down the beach here, heading west on Destin Beach at the 2006 Merrick World Cup Championship. Dennis Berry, the throttle man aboard Bermuda Barracuda from Morrow, Illinois. Chris Marshall from Bermuda is the driver. A 32-foot Doug Wright catamaran rigged by Grant's Custom Rigging of Fort Lauderdale. These guys came off a third place finish in Las Vegas at the National Championship as they round turn one here in Destin. Mojo on the outside. Mojo carrying a little bit of more speed around those corners as Bermuda went in the lead. Now Mojo pulls a little bit ahead of them at this point, between 2 and 3 right now. Great battle for third place right now in the Cat Outboard class between Bermuda Barracuda and Team Mojo. Great battle between two similar 32-foot Doug Wright catamarans here in the Cat Outboard class. Team Mojo now going back into third place. Team Bermuda Barracuda was the 2005 world champion last year in the OSS at the World Championship races in St. Petersburg.